Welcome, everyone, and happy Friday. Super excited to have each and every one of you guys on Chat with Rosa and Nessa. My name is Rosa.
I'm Nessa, and welcome to Chat with Rosa and Nessa. We are so happy this Friday. We have phenomenal Miss Shanita Coco Miles, a good buddy of mine, and she's a phenomenal woman. And we're going to kick it off. We have a lot of questions for her to hear her words of wisdom to us this Friday. So I'm going to pass it to my lovely co host, Rosa, to take it away.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Vanessa. First off, Miss Shanita, thank you so much for being on with us today. You are such an amazing, beautiful, phenomenal individual, and I'm excited to hear your words of wisdom today. And so, my first question that I want to start off with is that everyone sort of has their own experience with Forex. Some people knew about Forex before starting with IM, some people didn't. So what I want to know is, how did you learn about Forex? And how did you learn about IM? And were you, when you started with IM, were you with it? Did you run with it? Did you have a moment in time where you sort of stopped, or was it always just like go go go?
Okay, well, first and foremost, good evening, ladies. You all look beautiful today. I'm loving the hair, Miss Nessa. Your hair is so pretty. But anywho, I have been a part of I Am Academy for about 7 months. I was introduced by my mentor, Mr. Noble Patz, who I went to high school with. His wife and I all went to Eleanor Roosevelt together. And I had been seeing him, post different things and interviews and stuff on his Facebook page. But I just was like, whatever. And then one day he got me on the phone. We talked a little bit. I learned some information. And once I saw a presentation, I was sold. But you did ask that I have any points where I was kind of like dragging my feet a little bit. And I did. I will be the first to admit, I want to say the first 2 months, I started off on fire, and then I kind of just fell back into some of my old ways, and I wasn't being as disciplined as I needed to be in my studies, and things of that nature. And then one day a light bulb went off in my head. I was seeing so many people making money around me. I was like, girl, what are you doing? You need to, get yourself together. And once I did that, I've been on fire ever since.
Absolutely, and a lot of people can attest that too. As for myself, you have that moment in time where you sort of fall back, but even though you get down, you want to make sure that you get back up. So I love that. Although you had that moment where you were down, you learned from that and you kept going. So, why do you feel growing up in an African American community, the topic of investing was not discussed? Because I know for myself and for my brother, my parents weren't, it wasn't a conversation we had about investing wealth and money, that it's something that we talked about. I was more of working for somebody else and going to college, getting a good job. So why do you feel that in an African American household that is not discussed?
Well, I guess I would have to say, I think part of it would be investment is not something that you hear a lot about in the African American community. And not speaking just in the household, even if you think about schooling, schools taught us to go to, they wanted you to go to school, get good grades. And the whole objective is for you to go to college and get a career. But no one ever told you that, you're going to be trading your time for money going to college and getting a career, because at the end of the day, you're still not going to be, you might not be rich. You might not be that person or that you've dreamed about. And that one of the vehicles that will help you get there would be investing. So I just think it's just not a topic that was ever really talked about. It's one of those things that I feel like have been hidden from the African American community. And we also, income plays a big role in it. We've never really, some of us, I can't say all of us, but some of us, weren't born into money. Some of us, come from very humble beginnings. And with that being the case, investing wasn't really an option. Your parents might have worked just to make money, save some dollars, maybe save for your vacation, and to pay some bills and take care of the kids. But there really wasn't money left over sometimes to do investments. So I just think it's mainly because it never really was a topic of discussion around our dinner tables. But, it is something that I think we are opening our eyes to, and we're learning to invest now.
Right, right. So most of us weren't taught to invest growing up. So how important is it for you to make sure that you teach your children to invest so that they can pass that down to their future generation?
Oh, it's super important. It's super, super important. One of the things that I do in with my daughter, and with my niece and my nephew, and just the younger generation, period, is I don't just talk about going to school and getting a job. I'm a realist, and I do realize that going to school may not get you to where you want to be sometimes. So I'll tell my daughter, sweetie, mommy wants you to go to college, but if you want to, maybe, let's say, start your own business, then I'm all for that as well. Because we have to realize that college is not the only avenue, to make money. And I'm not saying college is not good. I'm not saying that at all. So please don't think I am. But I'm just saying that there are other ways that we as individuals can make money and make pathways for ourselves. But I know that investing, this is what do I want to say? This is a market that has been foolproof. It's not going anywhere. The foreign exchange market has been here for over 200 something odd years. Just the difference is then we didn't have money to invest. You couldn't do it if you didn't have millions of dollars. But now, so that we can do it with as little as $30 to $50 in an account, I'm making sure that it is something and a skill that my family is learning, because I do understand how important it is that we can make money, whether the market's up, whether it's down. So I want to be able to start teaching my daughter things around the market, the foreign exchange market and the digital currency market, so that we can start creating avenues of generational wealth, because that's one of the things that we are lacking as an African American community. We don't know what generational wealth is. No one's ever really taught us, but I am a person where I feel like but I am the person where if I learn a skill, if I learn some information, I'm going to tell everybody, I'm going to shoot it from the mountaintops, because if we can all eat, why not help everybody eat? Because the reality of it is even if you went to college, you got the job, you got people out here with college degrees that can't find a job, or have got a college degree and you work in Walmart. And it's lots of people like that. But this is a market where I know that I can carry it on. I can always make money in it. So it's very important to me to make sure that my daughter understands that, there are other avenues and vehicles that can be used to make sure that she can have a successful lifestyle, as well as being able to pass that on to the generations that follow behind her.
Absolutely. This is an amazing skill set that nobody can take away from us and that we can pass down from generation to generation, which is so amazing. And speaking on your daughter, I know that she sees you trading. She probably wonders, now, what exactly are you doing? So what has sharing this experience with your daughter of learning to trade been like so far?
It's had so many different, it's almost like a roller coaster ride some days. And I say that because when I originally got into the opportunity, my daughter she was on fire like I was. When we would put in trades and she would see the dollars going up and up and up, she got excited, because I guess in her head, she figured that was a new toy or something that she was going to be able to get, right? And then there were days where she was just like, Mom, all you do is trade. All you do is study. You never spend time with me, and I'm like, oh, don't do that, because I do. But I had to try to explain to her what the purpose of what I was doing, what it was and what I was trying to create for her. And now that she understands that, I think she's fully on board. Some days she'll come and ask me, Mommy, hey, can I see your cell phone? And she'll pick up my cell phone and she'll go into my MetaTrader 4 account, and she's learning actually how to control the app. So if I'm in a trade, I'm like, hey, Kennedy, keep an eye on this. And she'll be watching, and I'll be like, Kennedy, close it. And she'll be like, Mom, hit the button now. So it's exciting to her. I'll be very excited when she gets 16 and she's able to start trading on her own, because I feel like if I continue to expose her to the skill set and the information and the environment that we have here in I Am Academy, it's going to keep her on fire, and it's going to put her ahead of others, because she's already learning a skill that she's going to be able to eat off of forever.
I love it. She's going to learn so much with this skill set, especially just at 16. Most 16-year-olds aren't learning about investing, wealth, and how to have financial freedom. So for her to be exposed to learning how to trade and how to have that financial freedom is going to be amazing at such a young age. So what has been the biggest change in your life since joining IML? Because everyone's life in some way, one way or another, has changed. So how has things changed for you since joining this amazing opportunity?
I would have to say, Rosa, the biggest change for me would be mindset. And I choose that one because anytime you invest yourself into an opportunity, the investment isn't always money. It also is an investment of self, of your time, your attention, and everything. And, it made me start looking at things differently, pull me away from the TV a little bit, pull me away from some of the nonsense that wasn't adding any value to my life. So I find myself listening to more motivational speakers throughout the day. I try to at least listen to one throughout the day because I do understand that starting your day off with, just some motivation can definitely set the tone for your day. I've started picking up books. I made it a goal of mine to try to make sure I read something at least an hour a day, because we've got to, you got to make sure that you're feeding your mind, because your mind will go stagnant sometimes and you'll find yourself falling into the things of the world and you lose sight of your dreams, So coming into this academy has definitely put me back on track to realize that, hey, Shanita, there's something bigger that you wanted to do, something that you wanted to accomplish. So just working on mindset daily, I would think would be the biggest thing that I've noticed the change in myself.
Yes, ma'am. Everyone that joins this opportunity changes in one way or another. I feel like you can't grow without your mindset shifting. I know our leader, Bianca Blaylock, always says that $1 million mindset has to come before that $1 million person. So what are you doing each and every day to pour into yourself and make sure that you're elevating each and every day to be the best you? So I appreciate that. And I'm going to pass it over to the lovely Vanessa Gilbert.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, Miss Shanita, here we go.
Oh, man.
You are so funny. What's been your overall experience with learning the skill set of trading? How did you initially feel about it? I know you said at first you were on fire, but what's been your overall experience? You've been in for what, 7 or 8 months now, right? So how has it been for you? What's been the journey for you so far?
The journey has been quite exciting. I've been learning so many new things. I know when I first got in, I would listen to phone calls or listen to videos, and I felt like I was in college again, and I'd be like, what are they talking about? But it was like the more I submerged myself in the skill and in the information and education, it all started to come together for me. It started to make sense to me. So I definitely feel like, just how do I want to say it? Just learning the skill, has been phenomenal. I'm taking so much from it, and I'm being able to apply it every day in my daily life, as well as in my trading plan. I wasn't as strong in the beginning. I'm not going to sit here and profess to be a master trader yet. I will be. But I do understand that time and dedication is definitely something that's needed, as well as consistency to be successful.
Yes, ma'am. Now, can you speak? We have phenomenal mentorship here, local team, and from the top of the organization all the way down. Can you speak about the mentorship here at IM Academy?
Absolutely. So we have some phenomenal mentors. I've done different ventures in my 37 years of life. And you'll get into certain ventures and people will say, oh, I got you, I'm your mentor, whatever, blase, blase. But you'll get in it and you're just like, oh my God, I'm by myself. What am I doing? But what I've noticed in this is that when people say that, hey, I'm your mentor, that is actually what you're really seeing. My mentor calls me on a daily basis, just to check, hey, how you doing? You have questions about anything? My mentor Noble has actually taken time out of his own schedule and he's done Zooms with us, just to help us make money. And he'll ask us, what are you struggling with? What are you not understanding? Because even though we're learning in the go live sessions from master educators that are making millions of dollars, sometimes it's a little easier when you hear it from somebody that speaks it in a language that you can understand, and it's not saying that they don't either, but sometimes you have to hear the same thing several times from different people before it really sinks in. So it's great to be able to have that. And another thing I love is that when, like I said, before, when someone says, hey, I'll help you, I've been able to reach out to mentors who aren't even my personal mentor. I've reached out to Vanessa when I was doing some training within the organization, trying to get my presentation and things together. Vanessa was just like, hey, I'm helping anybody who's trying to learn how to do these presentations. So to have her be able, yes, ain't know me from a can of paint, but to have her volunteer her time, because again, nobody's being paid to be your mentor. They're doing this from the kindness of their hearts. And I feel like they give all of them, in it, and we have, phenomenal mentors. Everybody, since I've been in here, I haven't had met one person who I feel like I haven't been able to pick up the phone and ask a question, without getting an answer or feeling like I'm being a pest.
You're so funny, a pest. Anyway, but you're really a nice person, Shanita. So, it's easy because you're easy. You're a people person. Your personality is great. So you're just easy to get along with. You're a phenomenal person. So I think too that makes a difference because you're so easygoing and laid back and cool yourself. That who wouldn't want to help Miss Shanita, honey? Who wouldn't want to help you? I mean, again, now what's been your favorite part? Because I know Go Live is my favorite. I love going live with the educators. What's been your favorite part? You already said your mindset has changed. Favorite part of the academy, your mindset has changed a lot. You do a lot of personal development. I know that. But, what's been your mindset about money? How have you changed your thinking about the topic of money? Because people start to change. You thought about money one kind of way coming in the door. How do you feel about money now? Favorite part of the academy first. It's a
Mhm.
two-parter. Then your mindset on money now.
Okay, so my favorite part, I would have to piggyback off of you, would have to be the go lives. I love the go lives because, like I said, it reminds me of being back in school, when we were doing like online classes. And the best part of the go lives is that not only are we speaking, we're not speaking, but we're actually interacting with master traders who are making the big dollars. I'm able to actually ask questions. So when I have questions, you can type it in the chat and just say, hey, well, why did you choose that as a take profit? Why did you place the stop loss there? And to actually have them be able to interact with you and show you how they did it or why they did it. Because I'm a very visual learner. So to have someone be able to back that visual that I'm looking at with answers is very helpful. And what was your second question, Vanessa? You said what now?
How has your mindset changed about money? Because I know you're in a
Oh
personal
yeah.
development, your books and your audios, but the topic of money, your mindset around money versus when you started versus 7, 8 months later now.
So it's interesting that was one of your questions, because one of the things we talk about in the academy is the four-way cash flow quadrant, right? And I remember being in like my early 20s. I was actually working for a company and I was processing loans. And I read the book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Napoleon Hill. And I remember seeing the four-way cash flow quadrant, but it was one of them things that I read and it just kind of just went like this and I never thought about it no more. However, when I got into this opportunity and I started learning more about investing, I understood how important that cash flow quadrant is, because about 95% of us are on the wrong side of money, which is that left side of money, right? Where 60% of us are working for someone every day, and that's our 9 to 5s. I know that's myself. It's probably, it's everybody on this call right now. We're working for somebody else, punching somebody else's clock, even though we're home now. You still got to be logged into the computer. You got to answer emails at a certain time, and then you've got 35% or 30% of people who are working for themselves, and that's a great thing, but they're trading how do I want to say this? If they're not working, their income stops, right? So, when I started learning more about that right side of money, where you've got those investors and those business owners like the CEOs of a McDonald's or a Chick-fil-A, I started being like, you know what, Shanita, this is where you want to be. This is where you want to be. You need to start investing, you know? So I know for myself, one of the things I do now is everybody has it on their Cash App. I mean, who doesn't have Cash App now? You can actually purchase Bitcoin through your Cash App. So I try to make it my business every paycheck, even if it's just $20. You know, so anybody that's listening to this call right now, to the stream, you need to purchase you some Bitcoin. You need to get some digital currency in your portfolio, because digital currency is about to be the new age dollar, because the US dollar is going to be extinct in a few years. So I dropped a jewel right there. So I hope y'all caught that one. Make sure you get you some digital currency. But I would have to say that, that was one of the things that has mattered the most.
Yes, and I use Coinbase. I use my Cash App, Coinbase, Gemini. I have a Clever wallet. I think because not just Bitcoin, but Coinbase and Gemini, other databases give you access to all the other ones, especially Ethereum and Litecoin and Ripple. So, and I started investing when I joined the Academy 10 months ago, is when I purchased my first Bitcoin. And it was on Cash App. Cash App is, but guess what? I did for the first time this week. I went to my PayPal account and got me some Ethereum and Bitcoin. You can go right to your PayPal account and you can buy Ethereum, Bitcoin. If you got PayPal already, just boom, click on the crypto button. And I knew PayPal had partnered with crypto, but I had never logged into my PayPal account in like 2 years. It was sitting there dormant. So I said, oh, and my bank account, I had to relink the new bank account, but look, go to your PayPal account, people, and you can get your Bitcoin and Ethereum and other things if you already got PayPal, FYI. So now that's a good piece of advice, because a lot of people don't even have any Bitcoin. And I want to say this, that Bitcoin can only generate 21 million coins, and it's already at 18.6 million in circulation. So people don't need to be sleeping and thinking I got till 10 years to buy me some Bitcoin. No, you might want to hop on that right now. And $10. I just went on PayPal and did $10 with Ethereum and $10 because I was fascinated with PayPal. I could do that. I didn't even know that until last week. So a lot of people have PayPal. Get that Cash App, but the PayPal has different ones, not just Bitcoin, FYI. So what is your key message? Now, we always talk the Rosa's favorite thing. I like to quote Rosa. Your comfort zone is your broke zone. Now, you are 37. She already said your age, so you can't come at me later on a text and I talked about your age because you said it first. But
You're 37?
she didn't.
Yes, I am, child.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Rosa.
Nothing. She looked like she's 24, but it's
I will
okay.
take it all day long. I'm learning.
Yeah, girl. As long as you look good, don't matter what your age is what I like to say. But what would be your advice to anyone listening to Opportunity? Because you got people. Now I'm older than all y'all on this call. I'm an older Gen Xer, okay? And they just stuck in their mindset because the generation before them, worked 2 or 3 jobs. And, they didn't know, we didn't know, our grandparents, our parents didn't know nothing about the foreign exchange. They didn't know about investing. You just went got those 2 or 3 side hustles. So, what would be your advice to anyone listening why they should invest? I talked to 2 people last week. One was a baby boomer, one was a Gen Xer. Oh, I'm too old to learn something new. So their perspective is very different. That I've had this job for 30, 40 years. I'm about to retire. I'm good. But really, they're not good because they're not going to have enough to be comfortable. So I want you to speak to millennials have a different mindset. Rosa will tell you they want to be entrepreneurs out the gate. They don't want to be like their parents. So that's not who's saying no to this opportunity. So I want you to talk to the other generations that are just feeling like stuck, right? Why should they invest? Speak from your heart on whatever you want to say to those people listening.
I would have to say, get out your own way. Get out of your own way. If at 37, I've realized that I'm tired. I mean, if I'm tired at 37, I know that someone that's 57 has to be exhausted. I'm not downing a job. A job is not a bad thing to have, of course, because it's carried a lot of us to where we are now, right? It's allowed me to be able to buy my house and do the nice things that I've been able to do for myself and my family. However, I do realize that the job is not going to get me to where I want to be in life, and for those who said I'm too old to learn, you are never too old to learn. How many times has someone who's been 60 or 70 years old heard something and they're like, oh my God, that's the first time I heard that. Or I learned something new today. So you're never too old to learn. However, I think it's Les Brown who says, I listened to one of his motivational speeches, and he was saying one of the richest places in the world is the cemetery. So when I heard it, I was like, what do you mean? Like, and then as he elaborated more, he was saying that in a cemetery is so many dead dreams in a cemetery. Even that person that's retiring, your dream is not to retire, because the reality of it is how many people are retired working at Walmart, checking somebody's receipt when they walking out the store, because your retirement income isn't taking care of you. So I would like to say to people, get out of your own way. Stop thinking everything is a scam, because this isn't a scam. The foreign exchange market is real, people. We've had people coming into this organization just so recently as Kevin Garnett, Meek Mills, what's the boxer? I love him, Floyd Mayweather. So we have all of these different individuals who have seen this opportunity, you know what I'm saying? And these are people that are millionaires. So they've got money. So if they can see the opportunity, why can't we? We invest in everything else, but we never invest in ourselves. So get out your own way, do something different, because you've probably been doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. And that's the definition of insanity. And you've got the same results. So time to change up the game and do something different. That's all I got to say.
Okay, drop the mic, but I'm gonna add a couple things to that. Cause you've been working that manicure the whole time. Look, them hands. She makes sure, you know, she's Italian Coco Miles. She working them hands. Okay. Uh, my thing is, not doing the same thing. But did you hear about the box theory? One of the educators, and this is like 6 months ago, he said on a Go Live, I don't even know who said it. We have the box theory. You live in a box called your house. You sleep in a box called your bed. You get out your box of the bed in the morning, you get ready, to go to work in your box to the cubicle. You drive your car, which is a box, to the cubicle to work all day long in that box, just to get back in your box called the car, to go back to your house called the box, to get back in the bed called your box. So you live your whole life confined in that box. But he's really saying your mindset is confined within that box. You said people have no excuse to invest. No, they have no excuse to spend. Jo said it the best a couple months ago. You have no reason. You spend all your money making somebody else's last name wealthier, and they're already rich. Not I'm guilty of that. I love me some Amazon, girl. I helped make Jeff Bezos that trillionaire because I have Amazon delivered every week. Something from Amazon. But the point is investing, but we have that slavery mindset. We don't want to invest in ourselves. But people drop through. I didn't even know there were red bottom tennis shoes. For $700-800 tennis shoes that have red bottoms, just like women have red bottom heels that are $1,000 a pair. I was like, oh, I didn't know that existed. But anyway, but they'll go spend that $300 on dinner. And yet no excuse. So you said it best. You're doing the same thing and it's called insanity. It hasn't worked. Let's do something different. So that box theory, I heard that on a Go Live session. I wish I had the person to say who it was, but it was 6 months ago, and it's just really said, oh wow, people spend that your whole life in the box. You don't think about it. You just confine yourself, and it's just amazing to me that that's just all really mindset. It's all mindset.
It's that tunnel vision.
Yeah, but you know what? After talking to Lanita Preston, who is, Francis' cousin the other night, she has done so many things. And she said, I had some things I went through in my life. She says, but I never, since I was a child, I always never looked at those things as restrictions. She said, I always had my mind on my dreams. And she's accomplished so many things in her life. I'm like, wow, nobody. She's in team, Be Prosperous and Trade. She lives in Hawaii, her dream home. She moved there some years ago. She doesn't have to do anything, but she still works even though she doesn't have to. She loves what she does, but she's an author. She has so many things that I didn't even know about her that she's accomplished. I'm like, You've done all of this. And and all her kids, all four, finished college by the age of 17. College. And so it's amazing, but she doesn't look at anything. She's always, since she was a child, had her goal. Her whole mindset is on her dreams. Nothing ever. She doesn't look at life. Her mindset is so different. And I'm going to get her book because of that. Because it really is mindset, how we look at things. And as a man thinketh, so is he. That scripture is the truest scripture in the world. The only thing in your way is you and your mindset. So anyway, okay, now we want to ask people how they want to reach out to you. That's the purpose of this platform. Rose, I think we're having our 7th anniversary. We try to keep, I don't even know how many months we've been doing this, but the purpose of this is to let people know that Be Prosperous and Trade family is here. The people on the team are phenomenal. We want people to reach out to you directly. So your final question is, what do you want to say to people? Why they should reach out to you, get started right away, and reach out to you with this? Start with you on this opportunity of IML.
Absolutely. I feel like people should reach out to me because you're doing yourself a favor in learning this skill. I would have to say I don't think this is an opportunity that needs any of us, because at the end of the day, the market is going to make money whether we want to make money with the market or not. So why not be ahead of the game, and let's get from behind this 8 ball that we've been behind so long. A lot of us, the only stream of income we got coming into our household is your paycheck. And when you have to wait for that paycheck to come another 2 weeks, sometimes you're down to your last $20, $40. It's just gas money. Come on, y'all. Who wants to live like that? Nobody wants to live like that. So I say, again, get out your own way. Stop letting fear be a factor. Stop letting fear play such a big role in your life, and start doing something different in your 2021 than you did last year, because this is a phenomenal opportunity. You're going to be learning a skill that, again, you're going to be able to pass down to the generations that are coming behind you. So if it is something that you're interested in, you've got more questions, you can reach out to me. I'm on Facebook as Coco Miles. That's COCO Miles, MILES. Or you can reach me on Instagram. I said I am, y'all. You can reach me on Instagram, and my name on Instagram is 2014_true to me. You're muted, Vanessa.
Sorry. Oh, so always ask Rosa at the end if she has anything else she wants to add, because she always asks her words of wisdom towards the end of the show. Rosa, do you have anything you want to say to Miss? I like to call you Coco. I think that's
You can
that's a
call me
cute name.
Coco. That's fine. Look.
Look, oh, she's working that man's child.
Look, you see this skin? You can call me Coco.
Plus, she works that manicure, and every chance she get, that hand is up. Okay. Rosa.
All I have to say is that I've been a victim to this as well. We all say New Year, new me. We enter into the new year and stay the same person. And you really just have to sit down and ask yourself what you want, not what you think you can have or what you think you can get, but what do you actually want, and go after it. Most of us, our mindset has shifted and we thought negatively and think we couldn't accomplish something, but we have to realize that we are created by the Most High, and that absolutely anything we want, we can get. It's just believing it and going after it and working towards that goal each and every day. That's
Yes, ma'am. Anything you want to say, Miss Coco, Shanita, before we leave? Anything you want
No,
to
I
say?
just want to thank you, ladies, for having me on your platform. I really, really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you both. I love speaking with you guys because you all make me laugh. Now, guys who are listening, this is laughing outside of this stream, guys. We have conversations behind this, and they have me rolling. But no, I appreciate you having me on here, guys, and allowing me to have a voice. So thank you all very much.
Yes, and we want to announce our next week's guest is Mr. Lou Den himself. Lou Den will be in the building next week. And so we have some exciting people. Oh, we already booked up to through the first week of March. So we have some exciting B process and trade team family members coming on and share their testimonies. And so we thank you, Miss Shanita, for your time. I know you're a busy lady. Thank you. And we'll see y'all next Thursday. Excuse me. It used to be Thursday. Remember when it was Thursday? We were
Yeah.
Thursdays for months, and we switched to Friday because Rosa's schedule changed. You know, it all revolves around Rosa. So the schedule changed. It was Friday at 8. So Lou Den, this guy is great, phenomenal leader, dad, part of our family here in the DMV. And so I'm excited to have him on next week. So we'll see you next Friday at 8 o'clock, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a blessed week, everyone. Take care.